Alright, welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is June 14, 2023. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Eclipse.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, it is your boy Pokemon Trigger, please. We're back at it again with even more Pokemon news as per usual.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
So we got some interesting stuff this week for sure. This entire week has been also pretty nice. I mean, the event has actually given us some cool spawns. I'm sad that they went away. Seasonal spawns are still broken, and broken in the means that they're actually good. Raid hours and letdowns and everything, just like any other day in Pokemon Go history. So let's get... I don't know. There's just so many things happening anyways. How's your week went, brother?
It's been a good week. I was really enjoying the spawns that we had for what was it called?
It was the water festival. It was the water festival.
Yeah, because all I could think of was you saying "Surf's up, dude." Yeah, let's go.
That's the only way you remember it. That's great.
Oh my gosh! But it was fabulous. Axucom Day was great. I was very happy. I ended up getting a new shiny, and I was very happy about that. There were so many shinies to hunt during this event that I really wish I could have got it.
You got most of the good ones that I wanted though.
Yeah. One of them I wasn't even really hunting that hard, but
yet you did get it. So
I can't complain.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so we are here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game before my co-host actually goes to the pre-end. Just as much as everybody else. So don't forget that we are part of the Professor Network. Please check us out, professornetwork.com/Purified Podcast. Wonderful people to work with. Thank you so much for that, Chris. It's been one of those. That's for sure. Let's go back. Let's talk Shinies, Hundos, PvP months, since Chris was already off the rails there.
Yeah, I got started. I got started thinking about them.
Oh yeah, here you go. Go ahead.
It actually started out with a brand new shiny for me. One I was very excited about because I didn't have either of the genders for it. Frillish. I can't remember. I don't think I already talked about it, but maybe I did. I had a shiny Alolan Executor run from me via Go Plus, but then legit later in the week I ended up getting another one. I already had the shiny, so it's like but there's nothing like checking your journal and seeing that a shiny ran. But after that, I was lucky enough to get a shiny costume Lapras from one of the quests. I feel like it's going to be back. I mean, this is already, the second time we've seen it, so we're probably going to see more. A bunch of shiny Axus. Then Pure Ladder and I traded a bunch of different shinies because we could do, 4 or 5? I think it was 4.
During Community Day, it was 5.
It was 5?
But actually, there's something that I wanted to talk about because we elaborated what happened and what they wanted to go over. They gave us the chance to do extra special trades, but actually that feature was supposed to go all the way until today. So any other day, we could have done it.
Oh.
Yeah, and I like when the announcement is like, "Oh, we fixed the problem. You guys can go ahead and go back to 2 regular special trades." I'm like, "Wait, this was a feature until now?" I was like,
"Oh
my god!" I'm like, "No, I missed out on like literally trading like all this special." Oh my goodness, I was so dumb.
Yeah, that would have been a really good week to hit like every single lucky friend.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's like, okay, here we go. I'm going 2, 3, 4. But, I kind of, like I said, I missed. Most of my lucky friends, unfortunately, are like in other parts of the world now. So I can't really do that unless I want to travel.
I almost feel like I got to unadd some of them, sadly.
Yeah, I know, right?
But it is nice seeing them.
Yep.
On the friend list. That's all I got. I did want to mention I got a rank 1 Kingler because I caught it and I was like, wait, what? But yeah, that's all I got. So let me hear all about what you got for this week.
So during community day, I think I had like 30 something Chinese, 20 something Chinese. I can't remember exactly. We did do community day together for like a good hour and a half. I play almost all 3 hours of the event, so it wasn't really that bad. It is Axios. It's one of those Pokemon that you really wanted to play, anyways.
Yeah.
But I got a good amount of shinies. Lucky traded a few. I don't know why this one's lucky. I don't remember when I traded this. Was it you? Yeah, it was you. Okay. We traded some Lugia, some Dialgas. I also got my Shadow Shiny Articuno, which was actually pretty well. It was on the second raid, and after that, I was like, do I need any more? Probably not. No, it is what it is. I didn't get any Hondos or Shandos from Community Day, though. I still had already had 2 Hondos from previous events. So it was okay. I evolved those. Then my Go Plus catch a Whelmer, a Chansey, Shiny, both. I don't know how. I traded for a Togetic, which was a 96, 15 attack. Today, I Go Plus a Jangus again. Zach is already mad as hell. And then I finally get my shiny Accel this weekend. Or this raid hour. So I was like, thank the freaking Lord, I don't have to hunt this for this anymore. Though I may want to get the Hondo eventually because I want to get the complete family.
Do you by chance know if Tom got one?
No, I didn't actually hear anything from him since the last raid hour. So I don't think he actually appeared last raid hour. This raid hour. No, he didn't. Okay. But yeah, no, the Chansey was unexpected because I was just like out and about and all of a sudden it was like, what the this was
from a Go Plus?
Yeah.
That's insane, man.
I was like, what the hell?
It's almost like catching a Galarian bird in my
the Wilmer was expected, but that was because I think I was just doing like walks around. I am been doing my daily instants like every day now, so just to see if I can get a Galarian bird to appear.
You know, that actually reminds me, when I was driving home, I had the Go Plus going while I was using my incense. Do you know what ran?
A Galarian Moltres.
No, a shiny Sunkern.
Oh, what?
I was like, I already had 4 of that shiny, so it's not a big deal. But dude, every single time I see a shiny ran.
Yeah, I know. I hate it when that happens too. As for the hand categories, I did talk about the Bidoof. I had a Rockruff, the Altaria from the last time we did raid things, and then a Seal randomly. So, yeah,
Master League Welrin.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I already had a few ready, so I don't really need to power this one up. Aside from that, nothing much, and I don't think I have anything in the PvP department. I've had a couple of cool things. Did quite a bit of hand Sandigas recently. The last one was bad anyways, but it doesn't matter. I am Yangmo. I think it was like a 10, 15, 15, so that's not that bad. After that, not really much to prevail about this. I guess it is how it is. Anyhow, community day was fine. It was pretty good. Hey, Lordry, how you doing? Thank you. That's us hype. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah. I knew exactly where you're going.
So, community day was actually fun. Had that many shinies, as you guys can see. Technically, I already had my shinies and my Hondos from before, so this was just like an extra large grind. Even though I also had enough for 1 power up, but just getting enough for more power ups anyways.
Yeah, I meet up with this guy. He says he has like 1,000 extra large candy already.
By the end of the day, I actually have 1,400, almost 1,500 extra large candy.
So. Oh my god! Yeah, you might have had like a bunch more than I'm thinking, but oh my gosh, it was insane.
XU. I got 1,584 extra large candies with 9,000 regular candies.
Woo! Yeah, don't forget, guys, to mega your Pokemon.
Yeah, that level 3 mega is just like makes all the difference. And I didn't have it at the start of the event. I was like, oops, I forgot. And then the first half an hour, I then wasn't catching anything with a mega Pokemon. But then it just worked out that way. Lordru says he has over 2,000. Sure.
Sheesh.
I did use a bunch to power up Pokemon, so.
Yeah, I got 747, and I'm happy with that.
Oh yeah, that's more than enough, anyways. Technically, you need more than the initial 296, but if you want to power up multiple Hondos or something like that, that's a different story. We also had our Articuno Ray weekend, which was in the 10th, the 11th. How can I say this in a nice way?
Niantic, you loved it.
No.
Dude, for a second, I thought my internet cut out.
I had to wait for like suspense in here, So. No, it was an interesting weekend for the first release of Shiny Articuno. It's not like technically it was horrendous for it, but they done messed up. So on Saturday, which was the day of release, we did have it during the morning to technically right before Community Day started and everything. So in the end of the day, we also had a chances to actually do it during Community Day, but it was during the time that people were mostly just about catching and everything. I think we did two, maybe three, up to four that week.
I think we did 3.
Yeah, we did 3, and I got the shiny, so I was lucky.
Wow.
So it wasn't
It
bad.
is cool.
It wasn't bad,
Yeah,
but I mean,
it's
moments,
a good one.
Yeah, moments like Chris had to work the entire morning, so he didn't really had to do much raids then. I had the day off, but really couldn't do much. I had some things to do in the morning, and I just kept myself to do those things. So by the time Community Day started, I was already in the car just running around catching Pokemons. When I met up with Chris, we did the 3, and then after that, we're all like, okay, cool. We're just gonna go ahead and do it on Sundays. Everybody's gonna go hard on their shinies and things like that. Well, if you remember what Niantic said last week, and they said that they had a problem with Upsell, Uxie, and Mespring shiny raids during remote raids, which the first part of that was they were gonna recompense the people who actually used the mini remote raids from June 1st to June 5th. So you basically, if you did the maximum amount of raids during those days, you get at least 25 to 26 remote raid passes in your account, which was the amount of raid passes that people were actually doing. So that means that everybody got X plus amount of remote raid passes to do as many raids as they want to. People were ecstatic. It was amazing. Everybody was like, yay, we did it. We finally did something right. And actually, before I continue on to the bad part about that, I want to say this was actually a really good compensation from Niantic about how they were handling remote raids. But at the same time, if you think about it, this is actually something that they can do for everybody instead of like people who would usually do 100 to 150 raids or maybe more than that throughout the week when Absolute Using My Spirit would have been out anyways. So instead of compensating, I don't know how many raid passes, like an almost unlimited amount of raid passes to every single one of the accounts, only the certain selected ones that did every single raids throughout their days, and even the ones that only did maybe 2 or 3 during those specific days, they get compensated. So that's like nothing to Niantic. That's just helping the person who really didn't have the choice. Mm-hmm. But that means that they're not, giving a rate like 2,000 raid passes per group session, So it or even more than that in the end of the day. So it kind of makes sense that this is something that they can now do because the limit is there. So it actually helps out a lot for the Niantic front and technically us, because in the end of the day, we do get compensated with way over $30 worth of raid passes anyways, remote raid passes anyways.
Yeah.
So this is something good. Now, the bad thing about things, and the only reason why I laugh is because on Sunday...
I think I know where you're going, but I'm very curious.
Right. So on Sunday, they were saying that Uzi, Mesprin, and Absol were going to appear in a specific... It's basically going to be a raid day. Mm-hmm. We thought, okay, maybe they'll do a couple of spawns here and there, maybe a little more frequently. It was every single gym for 5.5 hours of the day. Well, I think more than that. I think it was from 10 to 5. So it's like 8 hours worth of.
They're like, you guys said you wanted it,
right? So every single gym had a raid, and no Shadow Articuno was spawning for those specific hours. It was literally just a rotation of the legendary trio for the entire day. So we were like, so is there even a point of going out this weekend? Because we still had raid hour and everything.
Yeah, I felt kind of guilty for not like doing Shadow Articuno during that day, like during that part, because I have Sundays off. I don't feel bad knowing that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, it's like, yes, they were supposed to really do this to help out the player, and I'm okay with that. but to the point where they actually had to do a full, like, I would have been fine with just a 3 hour, do a sell for 3 hours and then have a Shadow Articuno kind of thing. But almost the entire day until 5 p.m. local time. And then by the time you actually were able to do some Shadow Articuno's race, or it's almost the end of the day, so you barely had maybe 3 or 4 spawn in between every other spawn out there. Not the best planning, I can tell you. I gotta say, I'll give it a 50-50 to Niantic for actually trying to fix their problems. But when the new Pokemon were supposed to really be out and about, really doesn't do much when it comes down to it in the end of the day. However, though, between that and Saturday's Community Day special raid hours or raid eggs from like the 4-star race that you get after Community Day, again, you're only able to see probably, I want to say, combined within the weekend, around 3, maybe 4 hours worth of raid of Articuno raids. And that is, of course, if they spawn and hatch at the time of ours. So that's, I don't know.
Yeah, they should know what people want to do the Shadow Articunos. I'd say if they made it like half and half for the raids, like, I know that's kind of hard to like calculate.
It's kind of hard to program, I think.
Yeah, well, like, because I know we got a bunch of gyms and everything, but I'm thinking about the people that only have like 1 or 2 gyms local to them.
Yeah.
And I could just imagine them like having like a Shadow Articuno there when all they want is an Azelf.
Yeah.
That they're trying to like send invites to or something. Dude.
and it's just
it's crazy.
It is a little bit crazy when it comes down to it, because I can't be mad for Niantic, or I cannot be mad at Niantic, because they did what they're supposed to do. It was just kind of executed a little bit wrong. Not that I wasn't going to do as many as Mewtwo, just because, again, Articuno is not like the greatest in Pokemon in the world. It's still pretty cool, some niche metas and everything, but I was right, and it was. People still want it. It's a collection. It's kind of the collection kind of thing. Now, I'm lucky enough to have gotten one. I think my friend got one too, so we're actually lucky in that sense. So we're not gonna go incredibly hard. I'm sure Chris will go hard this weekend somehow or somewhere.
I'll be real. I would rather get a shiny Moltres just for the team flex. But if I get it, cool. But yeah, Articuno is no Mewtwo.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, that being said, that is the raid things that happen. And then the Water Festival, or Beach Week, whatever they actually call it. That was a really good event.
Basically a 10.
Yeah, basically a 10.
I don't know if I could give it a 10, but it was very close to a 10. I really enjoyed it.
I'll give it a 9 just because, again, not everything. It wasn't for everything. Like, we didn't have eggs, special eggs, or anything like that. I think we did. I don't remember.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like was that Sandygast wasn't in the wild yet.
True.
But it was semi-common in quests.
It was also like technically a free release. It wasn't
yes,
just available in raids.
If it was locked specifically to raids, I would hate it.
Yeah, or X. So that would also be a weird stuff when it comes down to it. But I think after the whole Corona incident, I think they're gonna keep that probably when it comes to X, just for a few times,
Oh my gosh, yeah! Don't get me started on Volcarona.
Nah, definitely not. That was crazy. Yeah, oh my goodness. But yeah, it was one of those events. I wish I had a couple more shinies. I could have gone a little harder on Spotlight Hour or any of this of the days, but again, it wasn't too bad. And I was started my vacations. I was like here and there at that point. So, but yeah, that's basically the whole week that we had. Definitely some moments here and there for sure. Ferdox said he lost 2 shinies, Starmie and Numel. That sucks. Transform my Mewtwo's. Yeah, sure. Yeah, crazy stuff out there. But I'm sure you guys will do something this weekend. I'll be technically unavailable to do Articuno raids on Saturday because I'll be in Orlando. And then Sunday is Father's Day. So if this podcast gets released right before then, happy Father's Day to everybody. But yeah, that's definitely that for this weekend. But yeah, let's get into some research topics of the day because we got a bunch of news to talk about. It's how it is. First and foremost, and this is actually something interesting. So the Summer Fest was last weekend too. The Summer Game Fest, sorry, I should say. Basically, a bunch of new games were announced, a bunch of things that they wanted to talk about. It's not like an E3, which in reality I think it's like an E3 in the end of the day, because a lot of like trailers.
It's not E3, but it's E3.
Yeah, something like that, right? But it's not like the one as big as E3. It's just one of those things in the end of the day. However, Summer Game Fest went out and about. They had their little convention, things like here and there. And Pokemon Go was part of it. So they actually go ahead and feature a specific new feature. A new feature is going to was introduced during the Summer Game Fest. The showcases, the Pokestop showcases are coming soon to Pokemon Go. And this is something that a lot of people were also speculating and what's been in the trailers for the season. It is one of those equivalent to contests in the main series games. But this is what we have to go. Now, we're going to go over Pokemon Go Hub for this information, since I believe that they were the ones who were out there to get a sneak peek to their exciting feature. So it says right here, Niantic confirmed the Summerfest attendees will be among the first to get a sneak peek of the Pokestop Showcase feature. The Pokestop Showcase allows trainers to enter their Pokemon into contests held at selected Pokestops, competing with other trainers and other Pokemon stats such as sight, height, etc. Or size, height, etc. Sorry about that. Each showcase has a category, and to celebrate this big feature, the first competitive will be to see who has the biggest Pokemon. We're looking forward to showcasing more information soon, so stay tuned. Yada yada. Most of this was already reported that's already in the game, so it's technically already out and about. At the same time, they say in the near future, Pokemon Go will also introduce a brand new way for trainers to explore the worlds around them. It's going to be a fun summer in Pokemon, and we can't wait to train engineers to join us on this new journey. So some features are being released little by little, some information. And first and foremost, before we actually get into the next part of that technically blog post, because there's another one the Pokemon Go Hub actually released. Pokemon Showcase. Technically they work on just Pokestops. You put your Pokemon there, specifically size matters, whatever the case may be. Maybe shiny, I don't know. And you compete with other people. Now, I'm not sure how the feature really is going to work out. There's no real video out there that actually shows us how it works. I'm guessing this feature is going to come out in the coming months. Between this specific summer of amazing stuff, that's why they actually announced more things in the blog post and in the season's page. But what are your thoughts about this, Chris? What are you looking into so far?
The first thing I'm thinking is Ultimate Gaming is going to have even more Blissies around our local area.
Oh my god,
that's going to be funny. But also, I'm thinking of events, like how people put lures everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm curious if you'll be able to see all their Pokemon too, and you can kind of flex it that way too.
And how they're really going to work? Like the biggest part about any feature is what kind of rewards does it actually give us.
Can you see them? Is it just like a small icon, or
and
is
how
it
long do they
on
last?
The overworld?
Yeah. How long will they last? How long will it be? When or how you're gonna enter the contest or the showcase, and when are you able to really prime on those rewards? Are they gonna be similar to gyms? Are they gonna be similar to rocket stops? I don't know. Really, there's a lot of questions still out there.
It does sound cool though.
Yeah,
I do like it,
and that's the reason why you should have kept all your XX large and XX small Pokemons.
Oh no, I've kept a few.
I kept a few too, but I definitely haven't kept everything. Because every time I see the icon, are you sure you want to transfer this? I'm like, yes. so everybody get a Whelmer and just get an extra large Whelmer or something.
Yeah, get that extra large Snorlax.
Oh my god, I got some cool tinies. I can tell you that much, but I don't. If I go into the game right now.
You know what this is really good for? I just thought of, you can't put shiny legendaries or legendaries in general except for the mythical Melmetal into gyms. That means you can probably put the legendaries at these stops.
It could be. So that means that finally your Pokemon's, your actual legendaries will be finally useful. There's still that same question when it comes to
Yeah, it's just
gyms or things like
speculation.
that. Yeah. So it's kind of like, I'm excited. It kind of seems like there's something that we can actually do. Maybe there'll be a special event for it, where you'll have to do these showcases, and then we also have special spawns, because there are Pokestops, so there basically are like some similarity to lures, I guess I should say, but it also depends on exactly how and when you're really looking into this feature. Is really gonna be a big thing for Pokemon and all that, so especially Pokemon Go in that regard. So I don't know. I'm excited. I wish we could have more info, but we'll see when it comes out. We'll definitely have news when it does come out at the time.
It does definitely add another competitive feature to the game, so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I ate too much dinner, so now I gotta like stand up for a second. Anyways, then it's time for another feature, and this one it comes directly from Pokemon Go Hub actually, and this is some information that they're finally confirming. Since then, I think it's not able to let you confirm it. So routes, the feature that's been in the game for like the last 3 years, routes are coming to Pokemon Go. Everything we need to know, we know at the moment. So routes is another feature that was actually sometime introduced into the game code. It's been data mined several times, several things. So we kind of know here and there that was supposed to happen soon, but maybe not as soon. And it's just, I think it's been in code for like years. So it's kind of like one of those things in the other day. So to talk about this, it says right here. So at the recent Summer Games Fest in Los Angeles, members of the press were allowed to demo 2 upcoming Go features: the Pokemon Showcase and the routes. We got to see the route features in action as well, but in a separate event a bit earlier than LA. So Pokemon Go Hub really had more information about this, but I'm pretty sure there weren't an NDA associated with it, so they really couldn't talk about it in the LA. Legal stuff, y'all. Although we're not allowed to show any images of the routes feature, we're allowed to tell you more about the feature itself and offer a glimpse at the future exploration of Pokemon Go. Drowsy, finally. What are routes exactly? So routes are a new type of exploration coming to Pokemon Go where trainers can record their walking paths and share it with the wider Pokemon Go community. A route can be anything from a scenic walk across the nearby hillside to your daily dog walking route. Niantic wants players to feel free to express themselves, as they told us to do not want to suppress trainer creativity. Why are you facepalming here, Chris?
Dude, you already know there's gonna be people walking specifically to like spell out like "fuck you" and stuff.
Oh God!
Like, you already know it. You already know it. That's the first thing that comes to mind. I can't be the only one.
Niantic, if you're listening to this, make sure that you're actually looking at the routes, please. The only thing that they plan to suppress are potentially offensive and inappropriate routes. That's what they're actually saying, quote by quote, such as routes going through forbidden areas or routes shaped like inappropriate body parts or symbols. There you go, Chris. There's your
Okay, yeah, they were way ahead of me.
But that's about it. The routes are truly freeform type of user-generated content that Pokemon Go is getting. Routes don't actually work as ingress missions, which is was a long-running belief in Pokemon Go community. They're completely freeform, akin to recording a walk with Strava or another fitness tracking app. It says, quote by the senior producer manager of Chat Jones. If you're walking around a new area, it says, end quote, sorry. If you're walking around a new area, there's a huge difference between exploring on your own and having someone there for you to, like a guide that can take you to areas you may not know about. Magical moments. Ooh, give me. Secret gardens, hidden staircase, cool art murals, and they are in back alleys. Stuff you wouldn't know about unless somebody show you. With routes, you're going to be able to share that knowledge and access it by following the footsteps of your fellow trainers. End quote. Interesting enough, basically just saying that you'll be able to create your own path and people can follow it. They're definitely going to be looking into really doing the minimum to make sure that they're appropriate and at the same time not dangerous. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot, because remember how Pokemon Go, when it first came out, it was just the worst thing. That you go into somebody's private backyard and all of a sudden you catch a Pokemon here and there. They don't want people to do that.
I need to get this Pikachu. I'll be right back.
Right. So they're definitely going to be something when it comes down to it. I don't know why I'm a little tired. Drowsy is really making me tired.
Long day.
So how do you create a route? Creating a route is very easy. You basically open the game, activate the feature, select a starting Pokestop, and you are ready to walk. While walking, the game will show an outline of the newly recorded route underneath the trainer avatar, giving you a good understanding of what the route is going to look like at the end. You actually need only one Pokestop or a gym for a route to be created, as route can be circular and can start and end at the same Pokestop. Once you are done recording the route, you will be able to add a name, description, and tag for your new route. Your trainer's name can also be added, or you can remain anonymous. The decision is up to you as a route creators. Trainers created on the route can also decide which image the route badge will show, but those are sources from existing Pokestop gym stops, and they are not user uploaded at the moment of creating the route. Sounds pretty simple. I like that the starting point are easy, the Pokestop or a gym. If you're literally looking like a rural area, you only have one Pokestop, maybe two across the walkway, it would be nice to know how you actually walk so you know what specific areas is to avoid when it comes down to it, right?
Yeah, I do like that they only need one Pokestop too. I do think that's really good, especially for rural. Yeah, I'm thinking of a few different applications for it. But like right off the top of my head, I'm thinking, let's say when we went to Vegas, Pokemon Go can like show a route that they like play tested, as kind of like, hey, if you guys want to keep moving and hit everything, this is a route that we recommend for this event or something like that. Like just kind of a recommendation, not you have to follow this way.
Right.
And then also, I do think people are going to use this a lot to brag. Like, hey, check out this 10-kilometer walk I did.
So you want to follow it? Sure. I mean, goodness gracious.
Yeah, I went up and down this mountain 10 kilometers. something like that.
Right. When it comes down to what are the bonuses for the route, so basically they're stating that we don't know much about it just yet. There will be more later to talk about. But it says walking routes will unlock a number of bonuses for the trainer, but Niantic is very secrecy on the particulars. What we do know is that things like XP rewards, sub-passive bonuses, increased Pokestop spawns will apply. Again, Jones commented on this and nodded towards the rural community. So, quote, the idea is that there are Pokemon you're able to catch on routes, so that's the benefit, and you're actually getting the buffs that are applied to you as well. It actually becomes a very good source of experience. So again, like you're in a rural area walking around and you need better sources of XP, routes become something that can hopefully become fundamental to the gameplay in a way that really elevates the various communities, end quote.
I need it soon. Gotta
get that 2.5 mils though, right?
Yeah, actually, for those curious, I'm sitting 4.2 mil away from 50.
If it actually comes out this summer, you're in for an amazing walk for the rest of the week.
Yeah, I'm curious if it stacks. That's something I'm curious. Like, does it stack with adventure insets and stuff like that?
Probably, because
I don't think we know that yet, right?
Technically, the route could probably just be a alibi to some Pokemons out here and there, maybe like a regular instant spawn, but it will not. Will probably stack with your regular spawns and your regular instant spawns anyway. So it really depends on how it will look at it. But again, we only know the bare minimum information right now.
Yeah,
we're only speculating at this point when it comes down to it. So how they were planning to moderate routes. This is a really ambitious way of they're going to be doing this. So every route submission will go through a moderation process where parts of the process are driven by AI computers and other parts of the human driven. The automated part of the process will parse the route GPS and text data to see if it goes through a dangerous area, restricted zone, and contains insulting language, but it will be a moderation who are responsible for reviewing the routes through a satellite view to spot offensive symbols. Okay. The crazy part about it is that the Niantic's goal is that, as they said in multipliers, is that they hope to be able to approve or deny a route within submission of 24 hours of the trainer submitting it. So that's actually pretty crazy if you think about it, because most things, even the Wayfair community, having something submitted takes weeks, maybe a few months here and there, depending on the type of submission. So for this to be submitted and reviewed and ready to go in 24 hours, it's an ambition that a lot of people can really see.
Yeah, I don't know how they do the like testing for the are you walking in a restricted area, like other than the people that have said like, hey, there's a Pokestop on our land, we want to take it off. Other than that, I'm very curious, like what they'd have to like flag as inappropriate.
Um,
Like obviously, if they're going through pictures and they see like male genitalia or something, like they're just gonna, yeah, no, X, yeah, that's
yeah,
nothing.
yeah. No, again, we know the bare minimum of information about routes, so it's really a first of all, be hyped about it, but at the same time, it's more like
Yes.
we need to see if it works well enough to say that it's a good feature for this longevity of the game in the end of the day. And I feel like it is. It just needs to be a really good moderation to it. And a lot of people can really maybe find a way to just make up a word, and people in the image itself will say, "Oh, this is good," and it actually spells out the word that you're not supposed to. So I'm kind of interested in how they're really going to do. Unfortunately, they do not have more information about after that. It does say that they don't know when it's actually going to be released or any type of features or anything that they show us. So unless you were actually, in during Go Fest, or I'm sorry, Summer Game Fest or something, not Go Fest, technically we really wouldn't be able to see much or even talk about it. I'm pretty sure that they kept it as hush-hush as they could when it comes down to it in the end of the day.
Yeah, these are cool additions, though. I am happy about them.
Unless they go ahead and be like, oh yeah, this is gonna be released next week or something. I'm like, what the F?
I mean, if they're already showcasing it, it's got to be in like the final
Stages. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So that's really all the information we had when it comes to Summer Game Fest. Showcase and routes. They're definitely coming. I'm hoping that it's gonna be the feature for this season, and it's gonna be ready for the events like Go Fest and things like that. So it's actually like super ambitious when it comes down to it. So we'll see, and we'll keep it out there. But yeah, I think I talked enough. Chris, how about you talk us about the next event here for us?
Yes. This is actually something that a lot of us were expecting to come back. We got the July 2023 Community Day Classic, and it is going to be Squirtle.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, the Squirtle Com Day before is actually going to be basically the same this time. July 2023 Community Day. First Squirtle is on Sunday, July 9th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time. And the featured Pokemon is, of course, Squirtle. And the featured attack for Blastoise when you evolve it all the way is going to be Hydro Cannon again. What is cool is the field research, not every single one, but a lot of the encounter, like all the encounter ones you have are going to be Squirtles wearing sunglasses. And if you're lucky, you'll find a shiny one. I don't see any information here that says that if it's shiny for one person, it's going to be shiny for everyone. So I don't think it's going to be the same as the Com Day before.
So let me elaborate
in
on that
way.
comment. So when this first Community Day came out, we're all hyped because it was Squirtle Squad Squirtle. They had the custom thing going on. We was shiny. Everybody was hyped about it. So during that Community Day, we actually had the chance of literally knowing which one is going to be shiny during the field research. And a lot of people are like, oh, go over here. Go ahead and you'll get this shiny here and there. Or this one will have a specific CP or something when it comes down to it. So it was kind of cool, but it would kind of make it... the purpose was for everybody to get the shiny. So a lot of people really got the shiny during the time.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool, but I believe they might have fixed that at this point. I don't believe that they're really going to go the same route. Now, if they do, that will be a complete, like 360 on a lot of different things. But after this many community days for what, like 6 years, I don't believe they're going to really be doing this the same way. Go ahead, Chris, continue.
It would be pretty, like, don't get me wrong, I would like that. But I'm curious if the reason they wouldn't is because they added things like extra extra large and extra extra small.
There you go, see? Yeah.
Yeah, because like imagine somebody gets like an extra extra large shiny from a Pokestop, and then everybody gets it. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that'd be insane.
Yeah. Everybody will be competing for the same shiny regardless.
Yeah. But super super hype. If you don't have this costume Pokemon, it is a cool one to get. The Community Day special research story is going to be titled Squirtle Community Day Classic. Very unique title. Uh,
It's a classic. I was not expecting anything else.
Yeah, nah. For the U.S. $1 or the equivalent pricing tier to your local currency, you'll be able to access the Squirtle Community Day Classic exclusive special research story. Stay tuned for when tickets to the special research story go live. Don't forget, you're able to purchase and gift tickets to any of your friends if you've achieved a friendship level of great friends or higher. Uh, and yeah, tickets are non-refundable. Keep that in mind. The event bonuses. This is the part that we get excited about. 1/4 egg hatch distance when eggs are placed in an incubator during the event period.
Go get all your
Lure
12
mod-
base.
yeah. I got a few right now. Lure modules activated during the event will last for 3 hours. Keep in mind that doesn't count the gold lures, but everything else. Incense, excluding the daily adventure incense, activated during the event will last for 3 hours. And then take a few Snapchats during Community Day Classic for a surprise. That is 5, I believe. So, get all the Squirtles you can. It is a chunky Pokemon. It is a fan favorite. I'm excited. Are you excited?
Yeah, definitely.
I want that shiny with the glasses. I
Yeah,
want that.
the ability to actually able to get a shiny Hundo or even the glasses that can Mega Evolve. Even though it
Yeah.
does loses its classes during the Mega Evolution, but it's still getting a Shando. Another opportunity to get the Shando is always a great thing. And of course, Community Day classes are meant for the player to really help out that couldn't really participate because we know we have newer players, older players, all the variations in the end of the day. So it does make sense to do this kind of thing every now and then. And I'm glad that they kept the hype going. I'm glad that it's not every month that we get a classic. It's once every season in the end of the day. So in the end of the day, that's help out for the future. So, but yeah, I'm excited for Squirrel in some ways. But yeah, and then we have a brand new event happening. If my mouth can continue on talking today. Spend the perfect day or evening with Pokemon during the Solstice Horizons event. So the Solstice event is coming back one more time this year. The time where we'll see Lonaton and Solrock really switching out places once the Solstice ends. But at the same time, we have a brand new heap of information about the Solstice event. So take the opportunity to see what Pokemon are active during the favorite time of the Solstice Horizon event featuring Pokemon associated with the day and night. So when this starts, Friday, June 16 at 10 a.m. to Sunday, June 25th at 8 p.m. local time. So that's 9 days. That's a lot of days, actually.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, so wild encounters for the day. The following Pokemon will appear in the wild during the day. Also, for the first time in Pokemon Go, you'll be able to encounter a shiny Fomantis if you're lucky. Counters are Ladybug, Murkrow, Solrock, Drifloon, Purloin, Suwaddle, Cotney, Petalil, and Fomantis being the new shiny, and some trainers may even encounter a Hisuian Sneasel. Which, to be told, Hisuian Sneasel is actually really good in the Great League if you actually are acquired one under the specific time. Oh, I have a heck hatching. What did I get?
Ooh.
Starmie. Okay. No, I do not want to evolve that. Then, what about the night encounters, Chris?
Yeah, the following Pokemon will appear more frequently in the wild at night: Oddish, Spinarak, Misdreavus, Lunatone, Stunky, Venipede, Boongus, Phantump, and Fomantis again. And some trainers might even encounter the following of regular Sneasel from Johto. The Hisuian one can't be shiny yet, but both of them are going to be a chase. Yeah, this looks awesome. I'm excited, man.
Definitely. Also, part of this event, we have a special research is in the stars. So, a brand new special research story starting Cosmo will be available for trainers at level 5 or above at no cost. You just have to log in between Friday, June 16 to Sunday, June 25th at local time to begin it. In addition, trainers who pay $5 or equivalent, of course, you can play through the same special research story a second time and encounter a Cosmog again. You can purchase a ticket when they go live during the time off, and you have it until purchase until Sunday, June 25th, and then once you do, you'll be able to play it just like any other day. So to really clarify, first and foremost, you do get one more free Cosmo at no cost. Anybody level 5 or above can get this special research story. You do not have to complete it at the time of the research or the time of the event ends. You just have to open the game, get this research, and you'll have it to be able to get one. However, if you want to get a second one on the same weekend, you can pay $5 for a second research story. It will probably be the same research story, regardless of how it is. But you think this is a good balance, Chris?
$5 is a bit much, but you already know I'm gonna be getting that second Cosmog.
Oh yeah.
Specifically, so I know I can keep one of them a Cosmog. Because it is nice to have a little bit of a living dex, just in case I need it later on for whatever reason.
Technically,
plus
you
the second
need
hundo chance.
Yeah, technically you need 4 Cosmos.
Yeah, because the Cosmoem.
Right, Cosmoem is the second evolution, and then the 2 Lunana and Solgaleo will be his final evolutions. Now, of course, Solgaleo and Lunana will eventually come into raids. Like that's a no giver, no matter how much
with
you look
that
at it.
shiny, yeah.
So if you really just want to keep them for that, in the end of the day, and shiny is available later on, because this may not be a shiny anytime soon, probably the next few years, however you look at it. Hasn't even released in the main series games, which is crazy. So, but yeah, so that when it comes down to it, Cosmo, it's a good. I mean, they are keeping the promise. It took probably less than a year for us to get another Cosmo.
Yeah, they were fast with it, honestly.
The first Cosmo here. Let me check. Solgaleo, right? Solgaleo.
It was maybe a year ago, right?
September 3rd of 2022. So a little less than a year, actually. That's when we had, or I was able to get my first Cosmo. So definitely during the time, because you had to finish up the research story and all that. So less than a year, which is not bad. A little over 6 months, I think. Yeah, a little over the 6 months.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But regardless, you get 2, 1 free, 1 paid. So it's up to you, the trainers. Again, they're giving you the choice, guys, because in the end of the day, it's gonna come back again eventually. So
yeah, I fully expect them to release the shinies, and then maybe we get basically a free shiny Cosmog later on, like we do Celebi and Jirachi,
or even the shiny when it comes out in the end of the day. So that's a different story too.
Yeah.
So. Then what is also part of this event, the web store will have exclusive Solstice box. You can purchase it, I think, for $10 in the shop, not in the in-game shop. It has to be the web store. With
That's not bad.
$10, you'll have the ability to have 3 remote raid passes, 9 super incubators, and 9 golden raspberries. The only reason why I really want to spend the $10 is because of the golden raspberries.
I'm looking at the super incubators, man.
Same. That's the only reason why you should really buy it. It's like a really good discount in the end of the day. So
yeah, they haven't been putting a lot of incubators in the boxes recently.
I want more raid passes than anything. I'm actually kind of running low on that. Surprisingly, I've been only using my free coins, so I haven't spent any money on raid passes these days. So I'm actually kind of happy. Every now and then I do Pokemon Gym. I get my 50s for the day, and then I keep on moving. Then the event bonuses. So 2 times cash Stardust 2 times cash Stardust for any Pokemon. And then Lunaton and Solrock will appear in the wild during the event, regardless of your location. So there are about to migrate. Then we got raids. Chris, how about you talk about raids?
All right. I am very. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of flabbergasted that each of the eggs are the 5-star egg icon.
I just noticed that.
Yeah, but we're not gonna worry about that. The 1-star raids: Sneasel, Hisuian Sneasel, Rockruff, and Fomantis. Keep in mind, Fomantis is likely not gonna have a boosted shiny rate.
It will be the 1 in 60 in rates and all that, so it makes sense.
Yeah, so like raid at your own warning, 3-star raids: Noctowl, Espeon, Umbreon, Staraptor. None of which can be shiny, but extra large grind or hundo grind.
I also do like the team, Espeon and Umbreon day and night, and then Noctowl is the Raptor day and night, because the Raptor is more of a daytime Pokemon, and Noctowl is more of a nighttime Pokemon, so yeah.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of the 2nd gen when they introduced like day and night. 5-star raids. Nihiljo. I always struggle with that one.
Nihilo, or whatever the case may be. Yeah.
Yeah. It's finally shiny. So get out there, get hunting. In mega raids, we got Mega Sceptile right now. You can get that shiny. It's a great mega. Plus, not that hard to take out if you got ice types.
True. Field Resistance encounters will allow you to encounter Pokemon like Fomantis. So Fomantis will also be appearing in the wild, in raids, and in field research. So that's actually pretty cool.
All over the place.
There's also a collection challenge to complete and receive Stardust and encounters with the following Pokemon, which is Fomantis. So that's pretty good. And then the biggest part of all, the Team Go Rocket takeover is back. So on Wednesday, June 21st at 12 a.m. to Sunday, June 25th at 11:59 p.m. local time. Save Shadow Regirock. We kind of knew this was coming. It's not a shiny available. It is one of those that you'll eventually have to catch if you want to, or save your next Super Rocket Radar for this. We'll see. The event bonuses, of course, will be Tingle Rocket will appear more frequently in Pokestops and in balloons, and you can use Charge TM to help Shadow Pokemon forget the Charge Attack Frustration, which it is good for anybody who really went hard on the Mewtwo rates, Shadow Mewtwo rates.
Exactly.
So you're ready for that. This is actually really good regardless. I mean, we definitely needed this. The training club really is going to go ham with his Hondo and Shando anyways. And then, of course, Tingle Rocket will have a new Shadow Pokemons to battle, both the Grunts and the Team Leaders. Team Leaders rotation, technically, new shiny Shadow Pokemons will be available too. We still don't know which one it will be once the event starts, but this is a few things that are now going to be Shadow Pokemons. Shadow Lodan Geodude, Shadow Lediba, Shadow Hitmontop, Shadow Glameout, and Shiny Gibble. Shadow Gibble. Sorry.
I really hope Gibble is one of the shinies.
I hope so too. However, every time I see it in the Anchor photograph, that means that it doesn't appear to be the shiny available. So
yeah,
the rotation usually is like this. One of them is going to have a shiny Pokemon that we previously had that is going to be now part of the rotation. And then 2 brand new ones after that. So we're hoping it's Gibble. If it's Gibble, I'm going ham again. So far, I don't think I actually got any Shadow Shinies from the Team Go Rocket Readers.
Yeah, from this one, the only one I can remember was Murkrow. Is Murkrow the one Sierra has right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one I've gotten this rotation.
Don't think I had gotten one out of the rotation this rotation. I've been going ham.
You got like 2 or 3 on the last one, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I can't remember though. Actually, let's check it out. Shiny and Shadow. Let's see. I did get the Beldum, Charmander, and Bulbasaur during the previous rotations. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I got quite a few. 24 shiny Shadows, including the Articuno and Mewtwo since then. But the last rotations, I did get Charmander and Bulbasaur, so I was happy about those. The one before that was another Beldum. And then after that, I just got anything for this rotation. Kind of sad because I did wanted the Larvitar, but Larvitar has always been an eluded Pokemon for myself anyways.
He'll be around.
Yeah,
he'll be around.
I'm pretty sure he'll put it in race and I'll be like, I'm going ham again. Anyways. We do have a X shakeup on the Tingle Rocket, which is not really a shakeup. But there is now a chance for the very first time to be able to encounter Shiny Pancham from the 12 kilometers. So a brand new Shiny introduced to the X. Finally filling out some of the empty holes of shinies that were there. We're still missing Sandal, which was released before Pancham. Scraggy was released before Pancham. Squirrel and Salandit. So I don't know how Pancham got this ability to get shiny now.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm kind of surprised seeing Inke in there too. I don't remember him being in the 12Ks, but
he's been
I am
around in
happy
the
to see it.
12Ks for a while. I can tell you that
Okay.
much. Yeah. The ones that really hate about hatching now is just Skorupi and Scraggy. Just seems sad every time I
It
hatch them. Salandon,
I
I haven't even hatched. I haven't seen a Salandon in months.
I hatched like one male Salandit out of like the last like 12 eggs,
Yeah,
and like every single time I see it, I just cry.
me too. So yeah, that's the Solstice event and the Team Go Rocket Takeover. Excited mostly because you'll finally be able to TM frustration away from the Shadow Mewtwo's, maybe some Shadow Shinies that you've been holding off, some really new cool Pokemon in the meta, like Alolan Sandshrew or something like that, that really are making its way into PvP these days. Any comments on those, Chris?
Yeah, make sure you guys have charge TMs ready to go. Uh, I will say, like, if you rated like 50 Shadow Mewtwo's, I don't think all 50 of them need a TM. If you want to maybe purify one and trade it into home just so you have one there. But like at the end of the day, how many Shadow Mewtwo's are you actually going to use when you're raiding? So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But make sure you got enough charge TMs.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it is pretty cool. This event looks to be pretty nice. I mean, I do like the ability to have different spawns both in day and night in the end of the day, which is something that
Yep.
should have continued on for a while, but it's been kind of more of seasons regardless. So, and yeah, that's about it for the news. We do have some in a little bit of information in the PvP section. Get correct. Here we go, Chris. Real quick, what do we got? GPL. What is? I've been doing a couple of sets, the 2 sets this season. So
Yeah, I did a little bit of the summer. I think it's called the Summer Cup. Yeah, the Summer Cup in Ultra League.
yeah,
It's fairly fun. Electric's kind of OP.
I do believe that starting tomorrow at 4 p.m., the Ultra League and Element Cup will be available. So that's actually something to talk about. But Ultra League is back. The Ultra League Elision Summer Cup is actually pretty cool. I do like it a little bit.
Yeah, I like it when it has a little bit of a closed meta, as fun as the open metas are.
True, true. And then I think Pokemon Go Worlds is happening in next 2 months. I think all the regionals and international. I think there's one more international. I cannot confirm entirely, just because I know that I only know where to go or how to talk
Yeah,
about things.
yeah, I don't blame you. That's a lot to keep track of.
But yeah, so looks like the last event is going to be the International Championships of North America in Columbus, Ohio. Starting, yeah. When is this happening? Starting June 30th. So yeah, that will be the last international competition we have before Worlds happen in the next following months. So I guess people are just gonna keep on full month worth of normality for a while until the actual Worlds coming through. No news or any updates from Project Zygar, which let me just check to see if there's anything right now. Yep, no new updates on Project Zygar, which is the grassroots of PvP. So hopefully we'll see more information about that soon. Maybe they'll have it ready before Celt Arena closes down all fully on August 1st. So they have another month or so before then.
Yeah, I know they're working on stuff. They're working on the Discord, which I believe should be easy enough to find if you have a Twitter. Just look up Project Zygarde. But yeah, we're just waiting.
Yeah, we're just waiting, y'all. So that's how it is in the end of the day. But yeah, anything else that we gotta cover today, Chris?
Nothing I can think of.
Good.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Not that I can think of, at least this time around.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you so much for everybody listening to the podcast. Thank you for everybody who has been here on the podcast services fees or even in the Twitch channel whenever we go live. Podcast services fees, like I mentioned before, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, any of those places. We would greatly appreciate if you can leave us a review. 5 stars are always the greatest. Follow our social media, myself at Pure Light Go, Chris at PKMN Trigger Please with a Z at the end. And then Purified Podcast or anything Pokemon Go related news for the podcast. You can email us anything, purifiedpodcast@gmail.com. We'd greatly appreciate if you have at least one email from anybody. Then we have our Discord. Join us. It's free to join. We'll talk there most of the time when there's people to talk to. And then, don't forget to check us out at the purifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. So, Chris, how about you make us go to sleep and end the day?
All right. Okay, everyone start counting sheep with me. One sheep. Okay.
It's Wooloo, dude. You gotta count Wooloo.
Yeah, count the Wooloo. I hope you guys had a fabulous week. I hope you guys are looking forward to the Solstice event. I know I am. The spawns look pretty good. Plus, I am going to have a lot of fun hunting Fomantis. We'll catch you guys next week where hopefully we got even more news for you guys. There's a lot to look forward to. And see you guys next week. Peace out, guys.
Keep purifying them.